Bengaluru, Youth Congress workers raised slogans in support of Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar while he was just about to address a gathering there. The look that Sidramaiah gave, quite a dead stare, and then even almost scolded the Youth Congress members to keep quiet and sit down. This incident took place during a Congress-led protest against the centre's decision to replace the Manrega Act with the VBG Ramji. Chief Minister Sidramaiah, Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar, Congress General Secretary Randeep Singh Surjewala, Ministers, MPs and MLAs were all present on the dais there when sloganeering began. Sidramaiah rose to speak. A section of the Youth Congress workers started chanting DK, DK with slogans growing only louder as he approached the podium, and clearly very miffed. Chief Minister Sidramaiah literally shouted at those who were raising DK slogans, asking them to maintain silence.
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂತ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ನವರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇರಿ. ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇಷ್ಟ ತನಕ ಇದರಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗಿರಿ. ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಕೂಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇರಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ಈಗ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು.
There you have it. You remember, this comes right in the backdrop of all the power tussle that's happening between Sidramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar. While D.K. wants to take over the CM's chair, the High Command isn't giving him a green signal, and Sidramaiah shows no signs to move out. He wants to complete his full term, and D.K. of course now trying to gain support from within the party, and the AICC, the Youth Congress, particularly the state Youth Congress members who are all largely DK fan base, they're chanting his slogans when Sidramaiah took over the stage wanting to speak. So clearly showing a power tussle there that just refuses to end in Karnataka. Over to Tamil Nadu in a surprising announcement from the Tamil Nadu Amma Makkal Munethra Karagam. The AMMK General Secretary TTV Dinakaran has said that he will not contest the upcoming 2026 State Assembly elections. Speaking to reporters, Dinakaran said that he will not be contesting upcoming elections, further saying, I want to focus on making this party cadre strong, who have been working with me for the last 8 years, members of the Legislative Assembly. After the election victory, I will aim to make 3 or 4 AMMK members as ministers. That's what he says as he refuses to contest the upcoming polls. He further adds that he personally wishes to secure a place in the cabinet, but clarified that no conditions have been imposed. He's added that a coalition government is possible and expressed hope that O. Pannirselvam and others would join the AIDMK coalition soon. All right, now when you have actor Vijay and his film Jananayagan that's now hit a roadblock yet again. It seems like the Madras High Court has given him no relief. The film still stands barred from release. In fact, in the latest, the Madras High Court has set aside the single judge's order directing the issuance of a censor certificate, effectively delaying the film's release. Now, what the Madras High Court has said and observed is that the single judge should have granted the CBFC, the Central Board of Film Certification, adequate amount of time to file their counter argument. The court now allows writ petition filed by the CBFC and remitted the matter back to the single judge for fresh consideration. As things stand, Jananayagan cannot release now in theatres unless it receives a clearance certificate from the CBFC, and the film is yet to be issued a censor certificate. So basically there's nothing to be done yet until the CBFC gives a go-ahead on the film. A censor certificate is issued. Only then will this movie be able to release. Remember, it was supposed to release on Pongal on January 9th, but immense delays. And finally, the makers went to court asking why this film was withheld for so long without giving clarity to the producers and the makers of the film, and this really cost them their revenue. However, days before the release, CBFC also informing the producers that the chairman had decided to refer the film to a revising committee, prompting the makers to finally take legal action. Makers say the information that came to us was very late. CBFC, in fact, initially gave clearance and then withdrew it. So, at this point, there's really no relief for Vijay and his last film before his political plunge. Now, India Energy Week, IEW 2026, has commenced in Goa with a strong call for cooperation, resilience and inclusive growth as the Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Hardeep Singh Puri, has outlined India's expanding role in the global energy landscape. The minister described IEW as a rapidly maturing global platform that brings together policy, industry, innovation and leadership. India showcases its growth story from January 27th to 30th. As global energy ministers from 17 countries gather in Goa to take part in this India Energy Week 2026. The flagship engagement underscores India's commitment to fostering strategic partnerships and investment-led growth in the energy sector. Prime Minister Modi inaugurated the summit via video link. The India Energy Week 2026 conclave. India will show the world how it experienced its energy transition right on the ground. Several major agreements and memorandum of understanding are proposed to be signed during this event. Union Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri said series of key side events and roundtables will also be organized alongside that main conference. Hardeep Singh Puri says the platform will focus on strengthening energy security, catalyzing investment and advancing practical decarbonization pathways. IEW 2026 will be structured around 10 strategic themes reflecting global priorities and India's evolving leadership role. 5 energy talks will be held as one-on-one conversations with senior global energy leaders, focus entirely on technology, markets and sustainability. Energy talks will highlight technology-led transformation and sustainability. The event will also witness the 9th Prime Minister's Roundtable, where PM Modi will interact with global CEOs, Indian public sector undertakings and private sector leaders, including senior executives from leading global energy and technology companies. It's expected to be the largest edition so far, with 75,000 and above delegates from more than 600 exhibitors, including 180 international exhibitors, over 500 global speakers and 120 conference sessions have been lined up. IEW 2026 will also place strong emphasis on innovation and startup participation through initiatives such as Avinya 2026, the Startup Challenge, Vasudha 3.0 with global participation, and the Hackathon Challenge 2026 involving IITs and focused on critical energy sector challenges including AI-based exploration, energy efficiency, hydrogen economy as well as circular economy.
As we gather here on the opening day of India Energy Week 2026, we are witnessing, and it would be an understatement, global turmoil affecting a large number of sectors, but the energy sector is certainly at the crux of them. And yet, it also shows that in the midst of all that turmoil, all stakeholders in the system, whether they are producers, consumers, technology providers, service providers, they can come together and in a reasonable, predictable way chart their ways through the challenges that we are facing. Insofar as India Energy Week 2026 is concerned, I am extremely reassured, grateful that we are hosting over 75,000 energy professionals in this session. This is a 35% growth over the 2024 edition, which took place here in Goa 2 years ago. Over 700 exhibiting companies, 57% growth compared to 2024 edition in Goa. 10 country pavilions and 11 thematic zones, with delegates from over 120 countries.
All right, and budget is all set to be presented in just a week's time. The union budget for financial year 26-27 set to be presented by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on February 1st, with all eyes on the big policy decisions ahead of News9. It's currently launching as a channel a special budget 2026 poll. Your voice does matter. Scan this QR code you see on our screens. Take part. Vote on the key questions that will shape India's economic future. Winners with the most correct predictions will win Amazon vouchers and have the opportunity to be featured on News9 TV. So today's question we ask, do you think Budget 2026 will step up allocations and incentives to boost India's defense manufacturing push? Scan this QR code, say a yes or a no. Thanks very much for tuning in. Do stay on.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9. English news as it should be.
तेरी एक जिद और फैक्ट्री वर्कर सब डबल।
रिटायर हो जाऊं क्या? अच्छा, बिजनेस के लिए लोन का आइडिया किसका था? पर बुढ़ापा आ गया हो।
इनकी जिद ने कारोबार भी बढ़ाया और रोजगार भी।